For the third day in a row, we're getting a new update in Counter-Strike 2, and once again the developers are fixing issues from the previous update, and that previous update was meant to fix issues from the big update before that. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess to figure out, but I'll explain everything. What's more, today's fixes once again bring new bugs. If the previous update literally made it impossible for us to shoot, then today's update brings a bug that lets us shoot faster. We'll also talk about some sneaky features from the last updates that you probably didn't notice, but they actually improved the game. This video will be interesting, so hit the like button and let's get started. Today's changelog is much shorter than yesterday's, and much shorter than the day before. Still, the changes we do have are important. If you saw the video I released yesterday, you saw a ton of bug fixes that ended up creating new bugs, which in turn were fixing bugs from the previous big update. But today, the changelog includes only 2 points. The first one mentions that they fixed a bug where the bomb and weapons you dropped would disappear. The bomb could literally end up behind the map or inside textures. But you've probably heard about that already. What's worse, because of this bug, you couldn't even pick the bomb up from the ground, since it was actually somewhere else and what you saw was just a visual glitch. Also, those of you who experienced this bug firsthand, and that's pretty much everyone who played in the last 2 days, have said that the bomb technically stayed at the spot where you originally dropped it. And even if it wasn't visible, you could still pick it up. In any case, this bug should finally be fixed. I ran around the map, dropped the bomb on the ground, and it seems like it's no longer teleporting. Hopefully this is the final fix. But there are 2 more funny facts. At least once in 2023, during the limited test, there was exactly the same bug where the bomb couldn't be picked up. One user on Reddit even posted a 2-year-old video showing this. And now the bug is back again. Maybe we'll see it again in the future too. And it gets even funnier. Actual pro players ran into this bug during a match on stage. Check out this clip.
Seem to kind of know about each other. That bomb is actually not recovered right now, and I think Bikes just realized that could really seal the deal. Actually, oh my lord, bug!
No, bug alert! Valve, are you watching? Please fix.
And this is probably the worst possible scenario, when professional players encounter bugs that quite literally make the game unplayable. The next fix in today's update addresses an issue that was introduced in yesterday's update. Let me remind you, yesterday's update fixed bugs, and yes, fixing bugs created another bug. You couldn't shoot if you started a reload and then cancelled the animation. Basically, a timer would trigger, and during that time you couldn't shoot. The game thought the reload was still in progress, even though you cancelled it. That's why you couldn't shoot until a certain time had passed. I tested this yesterday as well, and yep, the issue was real. Today though, you can celebrate, this bug has been fixed. As far as I can tell, it affected all weapons, but was especially noticeable with guns that have a long reload cooldown. But let's be honest, this video wouldn't even exist if the Valve didn't break something else again. Just 40 minutes ago, a Reddit user posted about a new issue. Because of all these back and forth fixes, the timer is broken again. In their clip, they show lines of game code with timing data, which allows you to fire a shot faster, even after switching weapons back and forth. Something similar happened yesterday, where you could speed up your reload by switching weapons. That was patched, and now I have double checked. It works properly now with the Scout and the AWP. Watch how I count the exact frames between shots without switching weapons. The firing interval with the Scout is 1.15 seconds. In 1 second there are 60 frames, so we can calculate the exact intervals. The shots are completely consistent and the timing is exactly 1.15 seconds. But if we repeat the same test and switch weapons after every shot, you'll notice that your firing speed slightly increases, and this is noticeable in game too. To show this clearly, I put all the clips into my video editing software so you can see the difference in firing timing when switching weapons. Take a look, the blue segments at the top represent the original timing, consistently 1.15 seconds between shots. The orange segments represent the clips where I fired with fast weapon switching. The shortest result we got was 1.05 instead of 1.15. And yes, that definitely speeds up your rate of fire. This mechanic is broken again, so I guess we're getting another update tomorrow. Apparently, Valve didn't just release the update on Tuesday for fun. They probably planned it so they'd still have time to ship bug fixes on the 30th, 31st and the 1st. They don't do weekend updates, so I'm guessing tomorrow we'll get some kind of final polishing patch. Especially since one of the biggest issues still isn't fixed. In my opinion, that's bunny hopping. It's still completely broken, either I forgot how to do it or there's something seriously wrong with it. Another issue that's still not fixed is the model jitter. If you look at your character's movement in slow motion, it becomes very noticeable. Before the big animation update, this didn't happen at all. Now let's move on to the cool little features. Some players noticed that when a gun runs out of ammo, whether the mag is empty or fully depleted, the slide locks back. When you drop it on the ground, it now has a new model that reflects that locked back slide. It actually looks pretty interesting on the ground. Of course, it's unlikely that you'll stand around during a game and stare at a dropped gun to figure out if it's empty, but still, it's a really cool detail. A user on Twitter, the same one who once helped fix spray patterns in CS2, pointed out something about grenade collisions. Grenades pass through your teammates, and honestly, I had never noticed this in CS. Your teammates have no collision with grenades when you throw them. Even more surprising, a lot of players in the comments said they didn't know either and that it seems pretty illogical. But at least it works fine against enemies. Players say this change was made about 6 months to a year ago. Let me know in the comments if you ever noticed it before. Personally, I always try to avoid hitting teammates when throwing grenades, so I never thought about it. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching the video to the end. This was Reveal. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and see you in the next damn video.